What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about how to politely reject a person. Before I start, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's joined the Wise Sisterhood. I'm really excited to work with you, and there will be a video this week. Speaking of the Wise Sisterhood, this question comes from there. I got this question from our private Facebook group, but I thought it would be a great opportunity to share with the world some tips on rejecting those who may not want to take no for an answer. So one of my Wise Sisters asked, any way to politely decline someone? Backstory, this guy's been interested for 5 years and I declined because of his age. Now he's back and I said the same reason, but he doesn't care. Now I said I don't want to be with someone who's not the same religion. If he keeps trying, I don't know what to say or do. Thank you in advance. Thank you for your question, but I gotta ask you, sincerely, polite for what? Why are you obligating yourself? Why are you under pressure? He's already asked you, now you're uncomfortable. Sometimes you just gotta tell a dude, no, I already told you no, stop asking me that shit. Even if he's a nice guy, for you, being clear is better than being nice or polite. This guy isn't respecting your mind or your words, and he thinks he can run roughshod over your barriers and your boundaries. He's not listening because it's all about him. So again, why are you worried about being polite? You're sitting up here under pressure when he's the one that has the problem. The hell with being polite or saying it nicely. Polite isn't a language that some of these guys understand. So my question is, why does he still have access to contact you? If you don't work with him, just block his number or his social media profile if you don't have the heart to tell him directly never to ask you that shit again. If you can't reject him forcefully enough, he shouldn't be able to contact you. Being polite often misrepresents the intensity of our position, so if you don't appear to believe what you're saying, why would he? Now, you didn't give me the full story, I just got the bullet points. Maybe he's a nice guy, maybe he's not. But that doesn't matter, and I'm going to tell you why. Some guys will take your inability to more forcefully reject them as a sign that you won't stand up for yourself. That's not terrible if it's a great guy with good intentions, but if it's a con man, a user, or a narcissistic abuser, it becomes all the more reason to pursue you even further and more forcefully. In this case, a person obsessed with power may realize that they may more easily take advantage of you than they could someone else. You never know what kind of spirit is behind the face of a stranger. So you need to look like you can take care of yourself and you can defend yourself at all times. When people see a lack of confidence, especially in the answers you give, they sometimes assume that you can be led. Even more crazy, some assume that you need to be led, and by them. The worst thing you can do if you really don't want to be bothered again is to appear unsure in rejecting a confident person. Reject them with the same confidence that they approach you with. Save polite for those fragile looking guys who are already terrified and shaking in their boots just to come and talk to you. If you must be polite to anyone. Some toxic men are showing you that no matter what you want, it's all about them. And that will be your relationship if you decide to cave. And even if he's not abusive, I'm not sure I've ever seen a super considerate, warm, caring, and selfless man dominate a woman into a relationship. That's usually not the process. Gentlemen usually understand that no means no, even outside of the bedroom. Now, they may try to linger as a friend or show you how they feel through action after you've rejected them, but they don't keep applying pressure. They break down your defenses by revealing their value to you over time. They don't just try to overpower you and break you down like some pimp. Gentlemen respect boundaries, and oftentimes if you're exposed to them for an extended period of time after you reject them and you do have a change of heart, you need to go to them with that new energy because they respect the answer that they got the first time. That's also because the goodness they show you is not just about winning you. It's because they actually care. Their goodness to you may come with hope, but not with aggressive intention or obligation to you. They just want what's best for you. But even so, do you still want them wasting your time because you were too nice or ambiguous in your first shutdown? You don't. Some guys who just pop up and ask you will go away, and they pop up and ask you again, and they pop up and ask you again, and they go away. You don't hear from them for months at a time, and they pop up and ask you again. These types of guys don't want nothing anyway. After they hear no, they just chase someone else down because they don't care about you anyway. They make no attempt to get to know you or become an actual friend. They make no legitimate effort to find out who you are or to show you who they are. They don't pursue with care and intention, just with words, just with flirting. The ambiguity of being nice or polite invites them to come and play with you anytime they get bored. I know a lot of women who finally say yes to the same guy who asks them out over and over and finally overpower them with his confidence or with his persistence. And they do this simply because they may be vulnerable or lonely at the time. They finally decide to give this guy a shot because, well, he's always asked them out. He must really like them. Failing to realize that he's never really invested or attempted to get to know them or attempted to provide any value to them. He's just flirted periodically. He's just asked them out periodically. He made no real investments. He didn't really pursue them. He just came by because their answers were light enough and soft enough that he felt welcome to try again. So when they finally give in, they're often disappointed with the results. They say, Kev, he pursued me for years and then he just ghosted me after we had sex. What happened? So I asked them, how did he pursue you for years? Describe it. They say he always flirted with me, or he always offered to take me out, or he said he had a crush on me. I then asked them, did he ever try to have a real conversation with you? Did he ever try to get to know you? Did he ever really get in your personal business? Did he ever act as a real friend and not just a flirty acquaintance? Did he ever try to get to know you, or was his attention solely contingent on you going out with him? Most of the time at this point, they realize the difference between a guy merely coming on to them and a man really pursuing them. Most of the time, a guy who's really pursuing you will lead with the value that he provides and not just with verbal flirting and advancements. Again, there's a difference between attraction and genuine interest. Genuine interest is displayed in action. Attraction is displayed with words. When a guy is pursuing you, he wants to be in your life. It's not just about having a date or getting some ass for him. Even so, you still wouldn't want a guy like that wasting his time because you were not verbally clear enough in your answer. Not that it would be all your fault, but sometimes polite is inefficient and ineffective. If you truly want a guy to shelve his advances, be more honest than nice unless you're intentionally playing hard to get. Being too nice to guys that you're attempting to shut down can ignite and invite the cat and mouse game. Make sure that's what you want, or say no like you mean it every single time. I said no, please respect that. Don't ask me again. If I change my mind, I'll let you know. Sometimes, ladies, awkward is your best friend, so make shit awkward for a guy who doesn't respect your boundaries. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Follow me at KFIG24 on Instagram. If you haven't, join the Wise Sisterhood at ybslove.com. There's plenty of extra content for you guys on there. If you want an hour-long phone consultation with me, you can book that at girltalkwithguys.com in the services section. I'll get with y'all later.